Peace and love. Moody Bugz here. Welcome back to Vibes with Moody. Welcome to Masters Born Academy. That is the private community. Today we'll be trading NASDAQ. I will be connecting my account to TradingViews, which is one of my favorite platforms to trade on. I can't stress that enough. However, it is only the 2nd of February, right? I like to call February Father Equality Born Month. However, that's my own way of looking at it and just keeping myself disciplined and structured on what I do with trading and just living my life. However, welcome back to Vibes with Moody. Give me some time to share my screen and give you guys some levels. All right, there we go. However, so just looking at the VIX really quickly before we take it over to NASDAQ. I got two time frames up here. I'm gonna just put it on one time frame, take it over to the 45. I kind of like watching it on the 45 since it moves pretty slow. However, I know if we break this level right here, which is a nice support at 1824, we're gonna push the market up, right? So I have that right there, as well as I'm just gonna put one a little bit closer to this. Let me know that it's is about to trigger. And then this is a gap fill down here. I'm gonna enter one all the way at the bottom of that gap and then one in the middle, right? Just to let me know that we're moving in that direction, right? That's gonna help me know that, hey, whatever I'm seeing on NASDAQ as I'm trading is confirming on the VIX. So it's giving me a double confirmation to be able to feel more stress-free in my trade, right? Now, we do have a resistance up here that I'm just going to mark out first if we get up there. However, I'll mark the liquidity zone right here as well. And then I'll just go ahead and mark the 4 hour just a little bit over it, just to give me a little test, and it'll show me, and then I'll just get something right in the middle, right? And then what I do, since that's a whole bunch of alerts and things of that nature, I make it fairly easy on me, right? Whereas I'm just looking at the last couple of numbers right here, or you can look to the right here. As I look at that, that's 1830. So I'm only looking at those last two numbers. 30 is letting me know, hey, the market is going to go up. 24, the market is going up. 11, the market is going up. 01, the market's going up. Hey, be careful. We just completed the full gap. Now, if it goes up, I'm just going to be looking at 30. 30 tells me that the market is going to go up. 54, which is 1854. 54 is going to tell me that the market is going to go down, right? So now let's go over here to NASDAQ, right? I got it up on two different time frames. I'll end up putting this one on a 15-second time frame. I got the 15 minute over here on the right hand side. I'll end up dropping it down to about a 5 and then a 1 minute chart as we start to move. I have an entry point all the way up here at 25,645.75 cents. I have a put entry down here at $25,457.75, right? If I see us moving pretty well and the price action is telling me off of a nice reversal pattern to just go ahead and get in before hitting one of my entry points, I will let you guys know, hey, I'm in longs or I'm in calls, or hey guys, I'm in shorts, or I'm putting the market. Normally I always say short. And then I'll let you guys know as I scale out of the trade, right? We have a golden pocket zone right here, whereas if we're not able to just pierce through this and start holding above it, the market will come down at least back to this golden pocket zone or to one of the support and resistance zones, right? Right now, as we see it, we have a inverted head and shoulders here on the 1 minute, right? Populating, aka a cup and handle. So we'll see what happens from there. We also have the cup and handle here populating with a bull flag. Bull flag is a continuation pattern. We'll talk more about that on class today at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So be ready for that. However, yeah, man, this is just the first day of the trading week of the month as well. So yeah, that's all I have right now for NASDAQ. I don't want to bore you too much. I'm gonna just bring it over here to SPY or QQQ. Matter of fact, let me see what I have charted around here. Okay, so kind of got QQ charted, and I'm pretty sure I got SPY charted as well. Yep, same thing. So I guess I'll do QQQ. Let's do the Qs, right? What time is it? All right, cool. 10 more minutes, and I still have time to be able to log into my account. All right, so I'm just gonna delete all of these things really quickly. I'm gonna just leave it here on a 45-minute chart, right? All time frames are the same once you're able to understand that. So right now I'm just drawing up support and resistance. First thing I want to do is just draw up some support and resistance to know, hey, this is support where the price can drop to, and this is resistance where the price also can reach to, right? So just drawing a few support and resistance. That's all. Nothing too major, right? Now from there, I'm just gonna go ahead and get some liquidity points, right? It was green, so I'm gonna just start at the top so I don't have to delete the colors, right? Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and get this one. I'm gonna make it yellow. That's letting you know that we're filling up the gap, right? The gap started all the way down here, right? So I'm just gonna put it right here, even though it started all the way down here, because that's the rest of the gap that we have to fill, right? The yellow lines are still letting you know that they're green going up. It's just a gap going to the upside, right? Just to let you be aware of that, right? So now we're moving on to the downside. I'm just getting some liquidity to the downside. Those would be areas where you can sweep out the market. Scale out your trade, rather me say. All right, so from here, I'm just dropping it down to a smaller time frame, right? Alrighty. I'm gonna just go ahead and grab some more liquidity to the downside where you're able to scale out of your trade, right? Um, I might as well just in case we break these levels really quickly. Depending on how the market reacts, you know what? We're just gonna get this level right here, bring that down here, bring this down right there. That one got taken out, and that's that right there. I'll go ahead and draw a fib on this candlestick. And for anybody that wants to draw it, we're on a 5-minute time frame. And that's going to be the candlestick from Wednesday, the 21st of January of 2006. And that was at 2:25 p.m. Right? If you want to go ahead and fib that, that'd be the range that it'll want to go to if we want to continue down to the downside, right? So I'm gonna just bring it back so you see the regular price action. As you see, we came straight into that range, bounced it out, right? So potentially we could go visit that range one more time. Um, I'd definitely say you could take calls above here, starting to fill up that gap. And I would take puts right under here on QQQ, right? Just giving it a nice little time. From there, this is not liquidity. Don't do what you see me doing. Ask questions. Please ask questions. This is not liquidity, yet this is a place that you can scale out of your trade, right? Before you actually hitting you're actually hitting the rest to complete your gap fill to the upside, right? So I'm gonna just bring it back over here to NASDAQ. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop your questions. Feel free to drop your questions in YouTube. Over here in the Zoom, if you guys have any questions as well, feel free to drop them. Peace, everyone. Peace, God, wisdom, wisdom, my brother. That's right. Today is a wisdom day. What is wisdom? Wisdom is to have wise company, keep wise company, seek wise counsel, right? Wisdom is to speak, right? To utilize your throat chakra and to speak on the experience that one has gained in their lifetime being here on planet Earth, right? You can have good experiences, you can have bad experiences, right? That's where the understanding comes in at. However, wisdom is all about your experience. Wisdom is all about knowing how to speak. And to know how to speak, you have to have knowledge first, right? So I would say that peace to you, my brother. Hey, everyone. How y'all doing? What's going on, Candace? Peace and love to you. So we have about 6 minutes fairly before the market actually starts. I shouldn't say it like that. We have about fairly 6 to 5 minutes before the market actually opens because the market's already started. So y'all give me a couple minutes or a couple seconds to log into my account here. Do 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 do. All right. I don't want to throw some people off. Hold on, let me check something. Oh, let's just go ahead and close that out. I don't know where that's. Oh no. Oh, it's right here. I was like, what happened? Let's close that out. I got a couple more minutes. Yeah, guys, give me 1 second real quick. I just have to stop sharing my screen really quickly. I'll share it back in just a second. Let me pull, where's this thing at? There it is. YouTube, give me 1 second. I'll share my screen here in just a second. Let's log into this. Share. Allow screen share. Boom. YouTube, give me 1 second. I'm about to share my screen one more time. There it is. Let me share screen over here on this side. There it is. Bow. All right, we should be locked and loaded. Yes, sir. All right, and what you guys just saw me experience just now was once a month, at least once a month, we have to log back into our TradeAvate account and make sure that we have given TradingViews permission to log into our accounts. All right, so these are going to be your QQQ levels. You have an entry point here at $618.80 for calls. And you have an entry point for puts here at $617.65 for puts, right? And you have your liquidity zones where you can scale out as well as to be able to scale out to the upside. However, one thing that I did want to do, give me 1 second, I'm gonna just drop it over here to about a 1-minute chart. Don't like the price action there too fairly well off of the pre-market. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it right here. And this is some extra points where it's like you can sweep out some liquidity. Don't forget that that yellow line is also a place where you can take out some liquidity, right? I kind of be scaled out of a lot of my whole entire position here at the weekly, maybe holding a few runners here for that. All right, let's bring it back over here. I'm gonna drop this. Oops, no, put it right there. Let's put this bad boy back on the big so we can give her an eye here and there. Put her on a 45er. Seems like she's about to trigger. Doesn't seem. She is going to end up triggering. So we'll put that bad boy like this just so that we can see the whole entire chart. Bring it over here, and that's why I have it on a 15er, right? Because if I was to put it on a 5, I can't really see. Let's click this over here. I can't really see everything, you see? Whereas like I got to put it like that to like see my whole entire range. Whereas like I'll just put it on the 15er until she starts to show me a lot more with the price action, right? Because I can still see to the left with the market structure, the swing highs and swing lows. I'll put this bad boy over here on a 15er, 15 second, rather me say, right? That's where I just like to trade. We have a nice bull flag. That was that cup and handle that I was telling you about, right? Cup, handle, bull flag. It's the last pattern that a cup and handle would give you. So that's what is happening right here. If you're brave, you could take calls above here, right? Just to be honest with you. I will literally take it like right above there, and I'm gonna make it white so that you can see that where, you know, and a little bit higher. Whereas like if it can hold above like right here, we can take calls above that as well. And you can take puts below this as well, right? Because it's structure. This is a resistance, this is a support. So if it was to break, it can do that as well instead of waiting for my put entry. However, let me go ahead and get ready. What we have here, we got about 8 seconds before the market opens up. I don't have to be the first one in. All right, there it is. Market opening. All right, just ran through that entry point for calls. I really want to take it. We're just pretty overextended. So I'm gonna just wait, see what happens here at this golden pocket, because this thing just ran, right? Let me just see what happens at my golden pocket. Had a perfect entry point. Let's just stay patient. This is super overextended. I want to get in so bad right now. However, my strategy and setup tells me just go ahead and wait. and it's going to my call entry right now. And since we're overextended, I won't take it. I'll just wait. I'll be patient. I am looking to get into calls. However, I'm just gonna wait. Dang, that was a nice push. 58 points on one push. Just gonna stay patient here. I do like the entry here at the golden pocket. I would like to see her break it for us to get back over it, and I'll take it. There it is. See, told you we were extremely overextended. We were extremely overextended. All right, let's see how it's going to play here at this golden pocket. If it holds this orange line, this golden pocket, I'm buying calls. Let's just give it some time. Let's be patient. Let's be patient. Remember what I said about this golden pocket. If we can break and start to hold over it, we'll go over. If it doesn't, all right, I'm buying calls. I'm in calls, y'all. In profits already. Didn't take no scale. She pulled back pretty quickly on me. And there we go. We have the VIX triggering right now. So let's just give it a second. There it is. All right, I'm gonna take a scale right here. If we break past the white line, my original entry, I'll go ahead and add to the position. I'm gonna take another scale right here. Just want to protect my profits. Remember, we can add going across the white line. I'm adding to the position. And I'm scaling off of that push. There it is. Take another scale there. There it is. There it is, guys. There it is. I only have 3 contracts. I'm going to take one more right here. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I got 2 contracts left. Let's see if we could go ahead and sweep out the liquidity, the green line to the top. We're approaching entry point one more time. I'm going to just take full profits right there. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was the original entry. Our entry was a little bit under. However, since I added to the position here and started scaling out, that's another reason why I went ahead and said, hey, let me just go ahead and take my profits. First and foremost, let's just go ahead and review this trade really quickly before taking any other trades. So if I come over here to the 5-second time frame, this is where I'm trading at, right? I charted all this throughout different time frames coming on down. However, we had our entry points, right? We had 2 beautiful entry points. We didn't take the first one. When I said if it broke over the resistance, we could take it. It was fairly overextended. When I say overextended, if we look at my RSI, we can see right here that we were extremely overextended. And that's the reason I waited, right? I just waited for it to pull back a little bit off of this candlestick. And I kept watching right here. On this candlestick, I went ahead and added, right? Luckily for them, and there we go. We just triggered one more time. Just want to show you that, right? To the downside. So that's going to pull us back. That right there is going to pull us back. However, that is also letting us know that we have completed that gap fill to the upside, to the downside, which this is going to pull us back, meaning the wick, but this is going to take us up higher, right? And that's why I was showing you guys the VIX, right? If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them, right? We're coming back to my golden pocket. This would be an area that I would look to buy again or break under and buy it breaking back over, right? So as we look at this, right, I said that we were in a cup and handle, aka bull flag breakout, right? A bull flag breakout is a continuation. And as I mentioned, we'll learn more about those patterns in today's class at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. However, we can now see, let me go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. It's kind of fairly hard to see the cup right here. You can kind of see the inverted head and shoulders here. However, we can see the form of that cup. This is the bull flag breakout right there that I was calling out. We got overextended. We went over my golden pocket, which was giving me the confirmation to go for those calls, right? However, before I keep stating anything, you can see how we came down to that orange line and we bounced it right back up. And look where the price is sitting at a resistance. Look, oh, just broke through the resistance. If it can hold over here, now is utilizing that support, right? You can also still take this call entry once it's holding above. However, we ended up getting a nice cup and handle right here in a continuation. So that just gave me extra confirmation to just go ahead and scale out my trade, right? I wanted to break over the white line, my original entry point, to be able to buy some more contracts. However, I just seen how we were moving. So right here on this candlestick, I already decided to add. Yet when this one came out is when I had hit the button, right? We're not all that quick. However, that gave me the opportunity to boom, add to my position and started to bounce. And I started to scale out the trade, scale out the trade, scale out the trade. When we got this big pullback right here, this is when I said we were coming into my original entry point. Entry point was still further down, like around here, even though I was adding up, and I had a nice average price, and that's why I got out of my position. Why? Because it was coming to that original entry. I didn't know if we were gonna bounce or not, and there was no reason to give back what I just made, right? And as I gave you that entry point that I would buy again here at this orange line, you see what it did. And not only that, I also told you that I would buy above this line. And as you see, it's above. You could have bought it, took out the liquidity that we wanted to take out that we couldn't, and it's heading to the next liquidity zone as well as the resistance of the chart, which is that blue line. And we will get there, my loved ones. There it is. You see, as I said it, we literally got there. However, um, just gave a nice review, gave a nice, beautiful trade. Does anybody have any questions? Corey, I see you there. Appreciate the thumbs up. However, I'm just going to give it a couple of seconds to see if anybody has any questions here on the side of YouTube. I see y'all over here on Zoom. Fire, fire. I see that. Y'all take the trade. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Um, Thank you, Liddy Brittany. I appreciate it. Understanding, how did you reset your account? My trading view says that I can't trade that symbol. I restarted my account by going to Tradeovate, right? You have to do that once a month, as I was stating, before the market had opened up, because I had noticed that it wouldn't let me log in. So you just go to Tradeovate, into your account, log in, go to the add-ons. Once you go to the add-ons, you'll see that trading view as well as the order flow. It has to be reactivated for free. You reactivate that, you hit the login, you're good to go. All right, I don't see any questions here on YouTube. However, as you see, we've gotten to the resistance. We're still here at the resistance, utilizing that, trying to utilize it as a support. However, it still has to fluctuate. With that being said, love seeing you guys here on Mondays and Wednesdays. Yet I'm staying very disciplined to just do one trade. I'm about to finish trading out my trading day over there in Masters Born Academy in the private community. However, that's all I have for you guys today. That's all I got. I do have one favor to ask though. If you like what's going on and this was beautiful and fire, man, drop a comment, and once the live finishes, drop a comment. However, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube, right? With that being said, that's all I got for you guys. Peace and love. On to the next one. Oh yeah, I just want to say I barely miss.